All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Um, oh my gosh. So I was just joking in our Joel chat. If you are in if you're in the business chat that's going on right now, drop a one. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, drop a zero. We'll fix that. Um, so Alita had started this business chat, and we are uh adapting to new schedule, new flow. Really, it's all the stuff that we've been. Okay, good. So everybody's in here. So it's really all the stuff that we've been doing all along, but maybe it's a little bit more sporadic. Maybe it's not as like this is what we're doing every day. We're gonna keep doing these things every day. It looks like this. This is what you do. This calls this day. This calls this day. Here's what you do. Here's the message you set. Like very regimented, right? So we've got this chat going now. And if you're in there, there's about 50,000 messages this morning of copy paste with a few new names at the end. And that is just helping everybody keep track of invites because I'm sure you've heard, I've said it, I know you've heard other Jules. Data is very important. Okay, when we have a Cancun chat going with sheets and stuff, you need data. You need to go back and be like, how many people am I actually messaging a day? How many answers am I getting? How many reach outs? How many people are getting on the calls? You really need to know what's working, what's not working. How do I tweak it? How do I make it better? So I was joking in the Joel chat. I was like, well, if every Wednesday is game day for the opportunity call, my Power 30s just got a whole lot easier. I was like, because it's all going to be messages and reach outs and mindset. I'm like, my job got so easy. And then Cheryl followed up, was like, well, I have Thursdays, so I'll do all the follow up. And I was like, this is going to work for us. So that's just something fun that I was realizing. But super excited about it. Super excited about the energy that's buzzing in the chat. So I'm still reading The Slight Edge. Yes, I am. And you guys, okay, like this is help with what? Okay, a minute. So I really am just gonna I just want to sleep on this book. I'm obsessed. Okay. And it's a good thing to be obsessed about because it's working on how I view things as a whole. And who on here would agree that it's easier to tell somebody what to do and what they're doing wrong and what they could do differently than it is yourself? Okay. Just get on the phone with me and I will be like, but the Slight Edge says, right? Because I'm learning it. It's easy to regurgitate. I'm learning it, right? So I want you guys to kind of take some of the things that I've talked about last week and this week, and I want you to start using it on the people around you. Okay. Because even though you're going to be using it on someone else, you're going to be like concreting those thoughts into your own brain, right? So I keep trying to run everything I'm doing and noticing all of these emotions. Okay. I am not an emotional person. Hi, my name is Caitlin. I hate emotions. I've literally done months of counseling on the fact that emotions and feelings are great and they're good and you need to embrace them. And I believe that, but it's important to feel all of those things. But I also feel like um, you cannot make decisions on emotions. Okay. Like you cannot. It's way too left, way too right, way too fast. It's not going to work. Right? So it's good to recognize your emotions, but we're going to talk about business specifically here. Like you cannot run a business on emotion. Okay. Like I used even working out. I was laughing. I was talking to Emily yesterday after I rode my bike. I was pretty certain I was going to die. And she was like, but you didn't. I can't tell you how many times I was like, I should go downstairs. Like my kids were home, right? They had half day. They were home. The baby was sleeping. I'm like, this is perfect. I could go downstairs and work out. Millie can keep an eye on it, Henry. And I was like, oh, maybe I should do something. I don't know. Maybe I should just stretch. I don't. And that was all emotion talking. My philosophy says go work out. 6 weeks from now, you will thank yourself. Right? Philosophy says, okay, I'm going to run a 5K again in March. I want to run better than I did last time. Go downstairs. Philosophy, right? That's the philosophy talking. My emotions and feelings, which are so loud, you guys, They're like, do you really want to? Find the shortest workout that you can. Find the shortest, like that's the feelings, the emotions. I don't want to go downstairs and I got to worry about what they're doing upstairs. Great. Emmett's going to follow me down the stairs. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is great. Like, oh, Sharon called me. This is real story. Sharon called me. I'm on the phone with her. Now I can't go down there. I hate doing anything but working out. I don't want to talk. I talked to Sharon for 36 minutes. My workout was ended up being like 40 by the time I got started. Like, so I talked to her most of the whole time, which was terrible. Like, emotions were like, just stop. Philosophy says you need to move your butt for 30 minutes a day. This is what we need to do in our business, okay? Philosophy is these are my goals. This is what I have to do to get there. Emotions say I'm tired. I had a bad day. I had a fight with my spouse last night. My kids were turds this morning. I don't feel like doing this. Like, I've got too much to do. I just got interrupted for the third time. Like, emotions are like, give it time. You got to do something. Oh, well, the laundry just, no. Philosophy says the mundane, boring things. Okay. And I'm going to be like super blunt about this whole business chat. Today, it's fun. Next week, less people are going to participate. And the week after that, less people are going to participate. And the week after that, less people are going to participate. And the Jules are going to start to wonder, is this working? Is this right? Like, are we doing the things? Like, philosophy says, Alita is saying right now, philosophy says, you do these things week after week, you will be loaded with Jules. Emotions and feelings are going to say, nobody showed up last week when I asked them. Nobody answered me. I sent out 6 messages today. Nobody signed up. I couldn't close anybody. I'm not going to waste my time. I've got stuff to do at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm putting my kids to bed, or everybody said they're putting their kids to bed. And 6 weeks from now, you're going to see who's doing the boring, the mundane, and who's showing up. And about 90 days from now, you're going to see it in their paychecks. Hard truth. Is it fun to sit and go through your messenger and figure out who you need to message and send these messages to? I just sent 2 barfing messages, Jen Jones, barfing. I was like, I'm going to die. And I have to see these people at church on Sunday. Oh, I'm going to die. But you know what? Philosophy said, you want to make the difference. You want to make the change. You want to make the money. You want to create the impact. Send a stupid message. So I did. We have to stick with the boring things. Okay. I know, like, okay, when I did hair, you guys, big picture, I did the same thing as I did every single day, right? I cut, I blow dried, I put color on, I washed out, folded some towels, collected some money, swept the floor, same thing, big picture. Difference was, who's in my chair? What color are we doing? Full head of highlights, partial head of highlights. Like, are we just doing like little trim, big trim, blow dries, current? Like, what are we doing? Right? So that gave the mixture, right? I could never be a barber because I would be bored in doing men's cut, like not my thing. Like they're fine. I don't mind doing them, but all day long, right? Boring thing. We don't like boring. We want to like do something fun, something different. This is stupid, right? So we want to do the fun and the crazy, but it's the boring and the mundane and the people that stick with that and show up. They're the ones that are going to see the success. I want you, okay, what was the scenario? Okay, so Sharon shared this with me. Actually, Danielle had shared it with her. Danielle went to an event that Amanda Cardone hosted with Bree and all them in North Jersey. And one of the diamonds there said to Danielle that she became, I think I have the story right, she became a diamond off of a cold message from another diamond. She became a diamond in 2 years, and it was all from a cold message. And Danielle was like, you know what? I'm gonna send cold messages and I'm not even gonna care. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send a cold message to everybody because all it takes is one person, right? And I said to Sharon, I'm like, that's the slight edge. That's the slight edge. The slight edge is I know I need to do this. I don't care how I'm gonna feel about it. I'm gonna do it anyway. And I'm like, that's the slight edge. And Sharon's like, you need to call Danielle and you need to tell her. But like, This is what I want you guys to start doing. 1, read the stupid book. It's amazing. 2, start figuring it out on other people. It's easier for you to identify this in other people, but then you're going to start realizing it on yourself, just like me with working out, just like me with like having to straighten up the house. Like, why am I putting this off? Just do it and get it done. Me sitting down to send these invites. I'm like, okay, like can I do something else? Can I do something else? This is repetitive. This is repetitive. Okay. But my brain's not going to think it's repetitive if 2 people start doing the business tonight. We're going to be happy about that. Right. We have to stick with this stuff. You have to follow procedure because of your philosophy, not your emotions. Okay. They talk about the chapter I'm in right now is about the quantum leap. Okay. And how, everybody wants the quantum leap. They want to go right from nothing to something. Okay. And he talks a lot about, he talks about someday when my ship comes in, someday when I have money, someday when I have time, someday when I have the skills, someday when I have confidence. Okay. Someday does not exist. There is no someday, there's today. So he says there's never anything but today. When tomorrow comes, it will be another day. So will be the next day. There's no someday. So the ship's not coming. It's already here. It's docked and waiting. You have the money, you have the time, you have the skill and the confidence. You have everything you need to achieve everything you want. You just cannot see it because you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking for the breakthrough, the quantum leap. You're looking for the winning lottery ticket. And this game isn't a lottery. Everyone just wants to like, whew, it happened. It happened. I got the person. I got the sign up. I got the builder. We're diamond, right? Think about all the people that you've ever seen go for a rank up and somebody says like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And we're like, I don't know. It just started happening, right? Everybody says that. I don't know. No, you know what was happening? A lot of little things over and over and over again. And you acted like today is the day. You're not going to get more time. Time is literally the only variable in the slight edge. How long is it going to take? I don't know. But what I do know is if you do, it's the diet. We talked about the diet, right? The going to the gym. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to wake up with a 6-pack of abs. But on day 500, they're just going to be there. And it's going to seem like they just appeared. But they didn't. Okay. He uses an example about there was a girl. She had some type of disability in the book. She was severely overweight. They got her a stationary bike. She could only ride it for 3 minutes. Okay. Within a year, she could ride it for 15 to 20 minutes. And all of a sudden she dropped 25 pounds. And they're like, now, of course it wasn't all of a sudden. That 3 minutes was like, why am I even going to do this? This is a waste of time. What is 3 minutes today going to do for me? Well, today, nothing. 3 minutes today is not going to do anything for you. But then tomorrow you're going to do another 3 minutes and another 3 minutes and another 3 minutes and then 4 minutes and then 5. And then in a year, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, she lost 25 pounds. You look so good. No, it wasn't all of a sudden. It was that compounding what seemed to be ridiculous 3-minute ride. That's what it was. The problem is people don't stick it out long enough. They quit. And we've heard this in network marketing, right? People quit right before the breakthrough because time is the variable that we don't know how long it's going to take. And I can't tell you how long it's going to take. But what I can tell you is if you're not going to show up and do the things consistently every single day, it isn't going to happen. Right? They're talking, it's so funny because this is the weird stuff that happens in Plexus. I'm telling you, I'm reading the stinking book. He talks about the example of the story of the old man that gives his son like $1 million and then the other son a penny. And they have to come back in 30 days. The penny's going to double itself every day. come back in 30 days. Which one do you want, right? One son takes the millions. He wants the millions. The other one says, take the penny and hold it for the 30 days. I'll come back. Who has more money at the end of the 30 days? The man with the penny, because of compounding interest, okay? And then I go on, and Jason from Plexus, he posts this morning, would you take $64 million or whatever it was, or a penny? And I'm like, I just read this like 2 nights ago. Like, what is happening? Like, the universe does really weird things. So, but that's it. That's the compounding interest. That 3 minutes on the bike today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day is going to compound. If I did 60 minutes on the bike today, what is it going to get me? If I was like, well, I got a week's worth of workout in today, it's going to do nothing. I'm going to be burnt out tomorrow. Oh, okay. Put that down. It's not raining. No open. So that's what we have to think when we're showing up for our businesses, when we're sending these messages. Next week, do not, this is a threat, do not be the person that doesn't show up on game day because you're like, meh, last week didn't go so well. Don't be that person. Because I'm telling you right now, if you want to screenshot the last of this and compare it next week, there's going to be people on there that are not on there next week. And the next week, there'll be less missing. So start thinking and listening to the people around you, okay? Start hearing and calling it out, because you're going to re-educate yourself on this thought. If I just keep thinking about Alita. Think your way to diamond. And I thought it was the biggest joke ever. Like, control your thoughts. Don't make your decisions off of emotions. Phil said when Megan and them were trying to get to move to Tennessee, right? He was like, every decision we made, sacrifice included or not, is this going to get us closer to that or not? Is this going to get us closer to the goal or not? That's how you need to think. That's the slight edge. Is what I'm about to do going to get me closer to my goal? I mean, guys, this literally, hey, no. Like, if there's a candy bar on your counter and your goal, and you're in the weight loss challenge, like my team's having a weight loss challenge right now, Biggest Loser, whatever it is, I don't know, the no excuses thing. And you look at that candy bar and you say, is eating that candy bar going to get me closer to my goal or not? It's simple. I want to sit down and watch Netflix, or I could go ride my bike. Which one's going to get me closer to my goal? Like, if you literally filter everything through your philosophy, if the goal is finances in your household and you're trying to pay down your debt and you're like, hey, we should book a vacation, is that going to get us closer to being debt free or not? Like, philosophy is key in the way that you look at it and think about it. And if you take your entire life and your philosophy and your goals and you filter everything through that and not your emotions, okay? Like yesterday, I was sitting down sending messages, and then I saw an ad for 50% off Christmas pajamas. So then I went from that to the website. Then I was like, maybe I should see, like, what sizes does this one come in? And Millie said something to me, and I was like, how did I end up here? Because it felt good to look for Christmas jams, not find people to send messages to. And I'm like, stop. I had to stop. I closed it out. I'm like, I don't even care what I was looking at. Closed it out, go back to messaging, right? But your emotions, like, what feels good? What do you feel like doing? I don't feel like doing that. So if you stay on task, okay, literally the Marianne and Jennifer Cobb have 42 or 43 diamonds, or not diamonds, jewels under them. Okay. And this is exactly what it talks about in Slight Edge. Alita is receiving coaching, mentorship, support from them. Okay. She's regurgitating it all to us. Some of us are going to take this and we're going to channel our philosophy into what we should be doing, and we're going to stick with it for a certain period of time. The same people, or the same group of people hearing the same information, are not. Because their feelings and their emotions are going to take over the thinking. They're going to be like, So where are you going to be in this? Are you going to have that slight edge to you when you show up every day? And you're going to do things that are going to work you're going to like, I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this. I mean, and guys, this was without saying, like, we tell people all the time, 90-day rule. Okay. So if you want to play the 90-day rule on this system that we just introduced this week, and like, maybe it feels messy right now, maybe it feels a little crazy and like we're working out the kinks, like, guys, that's normal. Okay. That's so normal. Okay. You have to do this for 90 days before you can tell me that you don't like it or it doesn't work. Not 1 week. Not 1 week. That workout I did yesterday, I did with a new girl. I just picked it based on like the music genre. I didn't like her at all. I was like, I'm on the phone with Sharon. I'm like, this girl's terrible. I was like, I want to turn this thing off now. She was so boring. But I literally thought, boring is fine. Just do the workout. Boring is fine. Just do the workout. Boring is fine. Like, you can do somebody else tomorrow. You don't like her, you don't have to do her again. But like, that's what I'm telling myself. Boring is winning. Here we are. This is terrible. I still rode 8 miles on my bike. I still died. Like, but wasn't feeling great. Right? Yeah, like she wasn't making me laugh. She wasn't distracting me. She wasn't yelling at me. Like, that's what I want. Like, she's just no, this is terrible. But philosophy said, move your butt for 30 minutes. Make the most of it. You don't like to send these messages. People are ghosting you. They're not answering. They've said no. You're like, this is the 43rd message I've sent this person. Maybe today's the day they answer. Like, I get it. And it's going to be, guess what? In 4 weeks of this, of doing the same thing on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. What am I doing? What am I doing on Wednesdays? Every Wednesday, I'm inviting people to the call. Like, this is boring. But when your paycheck starts getting zeros, sign me up for boring. Go do something fun when you're done. So I want you guys to really harness this thought of knowing what your goals are, knowing where you're going. What does it look like? What do you hold to that? Like, not letting your emotions dictate what you're doing. And be okay with the boring, the mundane, the repetitive. Okay, leadership, you guys, is literally repeat, 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 repeat. And I used to hear Jessica Heffley say that, and I would be like, how many times do you really have to say something? A lot. Repeat, 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 repeat. Do the same thing over and over and over. Tell the people the same thing over and over and over and over. It's not new. There's nothing new. Stay consistent with those small things. Don't try to get a week's worth of workout in an hour. It ain't going to work out for anybody. Just every day, do a little bit. Every day. Time is the variable. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I do know that if you eat right and you sleep and you move your body, you will lose weight. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it will. If you don't eat right and you don't sleep, you're definitely not. So that's your choice. Show up and do the little things every single day for whatever the goal is, whatever the philosophy. Obviously, we're talking plexus here. Whatever your business goal is, show up, do the things every single day, even when you don't feel like it. And I almost like, you don't feel like it, that is the day you absolutely have to do it, because if you let yourself have that little bit of leeway, you're going to do it again. It's the chocolate bar. Okay. My husband came in my house and we had friends of ours couldn't come to Halloween. So we have little candy bags that have been sitting on the counter. No one has touched them for a long time, like days, a long time. Halloween was just on Friday. No one has touched them. Okay. For a long time. Eric comes in the other day, picks one up, sticks his hand in the bag. He's looking at me. And I was like, that's the kids' candy. And he's like, yeah, I don't need it. Closes it and puts it back down. I was like, you were touching it. Like, how did you not just take that? Like, man, that's some serious self-control, right? So then later, somebody, I don't know who started it, somebody ate one out of there. So then somebody else ate one out of there. because now it's okay. Somebody, that was for the neighbor kids. I mean, I have more, but that was for the neighbor kids. Don't touch it. But somebody ate one, so now it's fine. Somebody else can eat another one because somebody already broke into the bag. That's what happens when you give yourself leeway on, I'm not going to, like, it's fine if I don't do it today. It's fine if I don't get these messages. Next week, there's another call next week. I will get my messages out next week. It's fine. But then what happens? There's another next week. So challenge yourself. Listen to the people around you and call out the like emotional thing. I did it to my husband this morning. He came home. He was hunting. He came home. He was telling me on the phone, I've got all this stuff to do. I've got all, like, the work's calling and I got to get it. And I'm like, okay. Comes in, sits down, and he's like, hey, while I'm here, can you just like pull up our financial stuff and we can just have a quick meeting? And I was like, what? And I start laughing. He's like, what? I'm like, you're totally avoiding absolutely everything you just told me that you had to do on the phone because you don't want to do it. So you're like, hey, let's just have an impromptu financial meeting. He's like, well, no, it's stuff that I just was listening I need to do. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but you just came in the door with a list of 50 things that have to be done. And now you're just like, you're avoiding it. He's like, I will do it. I'll get to it. And I'm thinking in my brain, like, this is totally emotion. You would rather go over our finances than go handle these nut jobs at work. Like, this, you're making decisions off of, so start thinking that way. Like, think, like, when you're hearing people, like, no, or in your chats with your teams, and they say, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You're going to be like, yeah, no, that's your emotions talking. Get back in there. They're going to go back in there. Because this is what you said your goal was. This is what we're doing, right? So I want to challenge you guys with that. Sorry, we're a couple minutes over. Guys, I'm excited for the call tonight. Okay. And like, you should be excited too, because here's the deal. Let's just call it what it is. Like, these opportunity calls are going to be hosted by Megan or Alita. Okay. Absolutely going to be home runs every single time. And guess what? You don't have to do it. You just have to show up. Hallelujah. Yes. Nicole invited 20 people on this Zoom. Freaking love that. I love that. So utilize this resource. Utilize it. It's going to be gold. Love you guys so much. I will see you on the call tonight.